The beginning of the movie is a cruel scene. Bodies lying on the ground. It looks like there has been a bloody war going on here. It is called the Shadow World, and this is the most dangerous disaster that humanity has ever seen, ever faced. It is going to swallow the real world in a black fog. Where that happens, magicians must stop it at all costs. In the monster fight, it looks like this evil god is Napoleon, and the one with this scar on his face is Herman. You are just a commoner, but you are the strongest because you are the main character. The monster, standing bolo bola about destroying the world, it is starting to spit out big burning phlegm, but the battle completely stopped. I felt the last blow was used, so he stood up for something else. Looks cool, but it is as cool as a toilet. The techniques are completely fixed. It is all thanks to Herman's sealing skills. Excess water chisel drop fishing. 3 people on the front line attacked. The head was the young man with the shield. Used the second trick to make way for the rest. Behind, Adamus stopped putting all his energy in. The man with the axe flew up. Fatal blow to the monster girl using the sword, dancing, but was eaten by his team. It is not that. It is a misunderstanding. Permission. My team has a great path for the girl with the sword. The evil one. God, after so much effort, they finally defeated Napoleon. The war ended. Enemy lost a month. We lost 150 million people. Still words for eating evil god and save a world. The sky is clear again. The most important person in the last war was Herman. You are a civilian, but it is far superior to any other magician. The war did not just bring a lot of loss. He also stole Herman's crutch. After the war, the 6 survivors sat down. 8 things about excessive mobility. The bone pickle that Herman owned. But why are you just an anonymous pawn? And they also talk about their intentions. It has been a long time, but it is strange. Everyone can return to the real world after the end, Napoleon, but that did not happen. I suddenly opened my eye. It is starting to shake the surrounding area. Inside the heart contains a certain amount of mana. Giant, and prepare everyone here to return to dust. With the last bit of power, everyone standing next to each other. Create a weak barrier to self. Even though this is the first time in history man can destroy Napoleon, mistakes are inevitable. They all seem to have accepted their fate. Even Herman. There is nothing we can do in this situation. The monster's mana is pure energy and can't be affected by Herman's seal. Everyone has to accept their fate. Here, Herman closed his eyes. You still can't believe it, and you do not want to end up here. Open your eyes. You are somewhere else. This place looks familiar to you. He looked up in the mirror. See yourself when you are young, stunned by what is happening. He looked back and was surprised that there was a professor in front of him. Bridget, she is announcing about talent selection for Hebrion School. Through the war in the Shadow World, only 600 students will be selected. Now all the students below are few, but the professor said it is an artificial world, so do not worry. Herman recognized the landmark. Time you are in is 3613. In other words, did you pierce it? About 13 years before Napoleon's disaster caused while Moody taught Radiora Doric, second-year student academy. You are a genius magician at the top of the academy. You carry. He was assigned to support first-year students as Herman. After learning that Herman was just a commoner, and Doric was surprised. She did not despise Herman because she is a good person. Herblin Academy. This is a very clearly hierarchical. The nobles will be alpha, and commoners like Herman are beta. Ordinary people will be in trouble in self-development, and there is a lot of talent. Be restrained. Herman was directed by Doric. Familiar place. See those who log out at noon. You are so nostalgic. After a while, they met a young man. You look at the head. You know this guy is a water player. His name is Elhem. Doric and this Elhem hate each other. It is like fire and water properties. Both. After learning Herman was a commoner, the guy despises skin of his face. He believes that the BDs like Herman even got into beta class. Then do not take the exam in a moment. The exam for students is about to start. Doric led Herman to the hall for the competition. While walking in Herman's head, Len had a hope. You can change your fate from now on. Although all of these places are familiar, feeling of seeing crush again, unexpected. He remembered the girl he could not attack. It is also here. This soulful girl is also called Roman. She is the same freshman as Herman. After this meeting, fire longing to repair. The world in you is burned more than ever. After struggling through the examination list, turns out that Herman and Roman will be competing in the same group. You know you are going to be competing with Crush. So it is not surprising. See Roman again. Makes you torture yourself for losing someone you love and determined not to go through that pain again. In this exam, Herman will be in Group D, and the content of the first test would be to go through the world of shadows, primary endless plane. Wrong idea. Urinstein plane, because this is the Shadow World. Herblin Academy. Make it quite safe for new students. Damage can come from any source, so in other words, participate in the con. You can use magic to attack other people. Elheim appeared again, and do not forget to despise President Herman. He is not the type either, as the man in charge of the Ash King's Crow, a ghost swordsman. Herman knew this swordsman very well, because you are the one who will stand by. I stand with you to fight Napoleon. Astrid is an ice swordsman. Besides that, you are the one who uses vision magic. Can't be algorithmic. You are good at both sword and magic. And was Herman's trusted part. He is still cool and quiet, as always. Doric, I am kind of jealous. Blue-headed Elhem, this is because you are so beautiful and so good. But even if the opponent is a talented swordsman, Doric does not compare that to. They also cheered for Herman. In this exam, them. Herman's Group D will be the first group. After the announcement of the contest is over, the gates of the world of artificial shadows open to Herman. Roman and Astrid and the public figures do not have to know the name. Enter the world of photography. Somewhere invokes a familiar phrase, "Welcome to the Iron Sea Plains." In this battle, all 6 students will have to race against each other. They are free to use force, power, whatever part, regardless of who gets hurt, may cause scarring, be immediately eliminated. According to Herman's memory, in this match, Ares will be the one to stay. Finally, Ares realized that Herman had been looking at himself saying, "Maybe I like you." Talk to Herman without looking at his face. She knew Herman's name. Surprised, but not because it is not like you, which is due. Ares check 4, that you are just a civilian. Physical power is below average. You said you did not care. Not the weak. Don't be afraid to announce. Countdown. The competition officially started. It is like leaving your face behind. Your weakness breathes duck. Contestants rushed to chase Astrid, leaving behind Herman and Roman. Herman did not know whether it was intentional or accident. Running alongside Roman and Roman are drawn to these cute creatures. Herman, I am glad Roman is always attractive. You think Herman is flirting with you? Herman is always Roman's friendly smiling face. So you feel sick. He was running fast when he was stopped by a fireball. You feel more dangerous. He then pushed Roman aside, protect her. It is because of a guy in the pants. Fired, and he even claimed to build a grave. Love both of you. Roman immediately fired back with his wind ball. It is only here that we learn Roman is the wind wizard. Both fought with balls of fire and wind. This fire system player is clearly every time Roman one shot is eliminated. Right on the system. Immediately announced that there are only 5 candidates left in this battle. Roman is a mess. He does not forget. Love that, Herman. I saved you this time. Thanks. But every time I saw Herman's friendly face, can't stand it. 8 things at a time. Herman also realized that both of them were far behind. Compared to the previous 3, then, feel like you two are about to be eliminated. So Roman decided to show the power of the system player. How dangerous is the wind? You create a magic in a way. It is a great salad. In another development at the Magic Council, they are watching the live poker competition. Everyone at the council feel like there are a lot of good guys this year. One of them is the swordsman, touched like an ashtray. They all show overwhelming power compared to other contestants. After that, everyone on this board, I feel very sorry for the president to hide his job. Herman, being a civilian, keep the magical monsters around. It is just Professor Bridget. He is the one who put hope in Herman. Back to the progress of the contest. Astrid, obviously the leader in this group, is out. Program and ass stalker. Most people think that at this speed it is okay to the destination. Yeah, but at the right time, this guy realized that you are just a character. When it is stopped by Roman's terrible wind towards Astrid, you are really weird slashing the wind with a sword. Although you are introverted, you are very good. Young people, the Ares. It was so cool to catch first. All his efforts were smashed in the face by the tree. The Roman wind impact. After the wind blow, the storm was direct. There are also 2 public figures. There are only 3 people left in this area. With this number of people, Roman, no need to fight anymore. If you rush to the finish line, you will fail the exam. Roman blood plus mad blood. Can't ignore Herman's gracious demeanor, so you have got to get rid of Herman. About Herman, you find this reason a little crazy, but it does not make sense. I am happy to be. Roman is about to throw a stun Herman before blowing you away. Roman gave Herman a chance to surrender. Herman said there is a bull's head. That is what I said. Herman, if I may refuse to surrender. Roman thinks this Herman is too cute. You can take it all, so do the last trick. Lots of circles. Magic is made, and it is all towards you. In a moment, mass energy goes. Francis shot out simultaneously. Roman made sure Herman was dead. How can I get my VIP pro to work? There is a cage. Herman is still free, standing there like nothing ever happened. Not even a scrap. Herman kindly explained because SAO Roman was so weak. You also pointed out some of the friends sneak. Roman saw that just now, and it is you have to do a new trick and catch it. Herman must submit to you. Roman threw his full force at Herman. Herman saw the crush. I am pretty cute, so stand still. You stand still to cast magic. Distort Roman's strategy. Right now, Roman recognized the math Herman used. It must be stronger than yours. That is why the last trick. Prizes on the system shows Herman is the lowest level, but still block Roman's magic. Now Roman realizes Herman's true power. Stronger than you. A lot about Herman. Then you claim Roman has not heard the presentation and will handle her to find Astrid. Hear that? Roman threw it all away. Combo his magic raw to destroy Herman. Roman summons hundreds of circles, magic, and shot at Herman at the same time. Herman has seen before what bullets will come, so they destroyed it all. In your heart, you think that provoking Roman, this will make her stronger and hope for hell in the future. Won't do it again. Herman then cleaned up Roman's magic circle. Roman was even more surprised to see Herman can also reduce the ghost rate close to the body. Herman confirmed with Roman that this is just a running competition, not to fight. In addition, when you take damage, you are only eliminated. Can't be measured, so it is not practical. Just finished. Herman unleashed fire magic behind his back and pushed Roman. Ra XA. That makes Roman. I was surprised by Herman's performance. At the same time, the Ares were flying towards the finish line when Herman came, that the Astras realized the situation and knew that Roman had been defeated by this young man. Through that, Ares also has a different view of Herman. Ares had to stand back, hand in hand with Herman, to get get to the destination, just like Roman, Astrid unleashed a series of magic circles to blow away Herman, immediately controlled by inverse math, but I have not solved it all yet. Ares was able to unleash his magic. However, Herman can still deflect the direction of the blow, attack it, and not get hurt. Even if play big, Monster Ares, ice magic, ready to counterattack. There is no other way. Ares had to corral the magic circle, that form a big and long trick, to end Herman. This blow is quite strong, so Herman can only force it a little bit behind him. To avoid damage, Herman took advantage of your Indian theory. Used the explosion. Ares caused to gallop straight to the finish line without touching hands with Ares. Although he won, Herman still could not feel happy, because what you are trying to do is do what you can. Ares and Roman become stronger. From there, we can all overcome the tragedy of the future. On the F side, there was one person who could weigh 3 contestants at the same time, and he took the exam, and this guy's called Donata Hadun. After the contest is over, it is also time to publish the exam result. According to that, the Academy's board will meet and assign classes to students. As we know it, Alpha class is only for students who come from nobles and magic. High level, obviously, committee will not place regular contest people in this class. However, this year, the director wants to be special, a student in Alpha class, and the beautiful professor, our Richard, suggested Herman, because you are the one with the most potential to beat them, Asgard, in the contest. At the same time, in the announcement, people are excited to be pouring into the Alpha class. Roman alone is unbelievable. Why did you complete the exam? Well, but it is only poured into the beta layer. Are you not a noble? After receiving the class, Roman does not feel very comfortable because the physical structure of the class. I hear the smell everywhere. Was that there is a teacher with your face. Teacher's mouth is always open. Beta class students are all low level. Makes Roman's ego in F. Learning in beta class really makes you feel bad. It is even worse when the person sitting next, no one other than the name, made fun of her during the exam. That is Herman. Roman was surprised because it was clear that Herman was the top server. I was in beta class. You do not really care about Herman. He just looked at Roman and laughed. And you are spicy. Herman knows better. Even if you are the greatest genius, you can only enter the beta class, even with the help of Professor Bridget. Fate has not changed. Professor Bridget, that is who Herman considers his family. When you were in the orphanage, all the teachers on the board, I was very upset with Professor Bridget. When I heard you nominated Herman for Alpha, even if you have a good record, right from the core, this academy has always separated classes by a wall, and that is never wavered. And for Herman, it does not matter where you study now, because, you know, in class, there are many excellent students in this beta. You want to help people wake up power within them. Everyone is stronger when confronting the shadow world. I learned in beta class. This sour alum makes Roman. I do not want to talk to anyone during play. So you sat down to sleep. Right now, the young man at the head of the pressure group, Donetta, to get acquainted with her. Donetta starts flash with Roman, that he is in Alpha and just joined the Academy's #1 team called Blue Moon. Donetta's intention: I want to recruit more members like Roman back to his team. Roman was stunned and saw this as an opportunity because, you know, if you join this team, you will get an Academy promoted to Alpha class. Why, however? For the smell of hair. So Donetta has out conditions for her. If you want to join the party, you have to date him. Roman is afraid of blushing, even though you have a crush on boy. This guy is a little weird. I just met her and I don't want to know her. Donate started peeling off some of the proverbial phrases you flirt with girls. I love you at first sight, or you are a noble touch, does not deserve to be in this beta class. However, this happened so suddenly, and because of the price, Roman, I can't wait to see Donna too. He gave Roman something called the mementos of his homeland. Roman also received gifts from this guy. Maybe it is just fun, according to Donetta, that there is only one AI that feels special. He just gave this to that person. Where's Herman when Donetta is done? Leap out, cause Roman to panic. It is strange that Herman react very soft. I saw someone trying to steal my milk. Maybe you knew before. And Herman, he said he had the same request as Donate, is to invite Roman to join his party. In this situation, Roman immediately reject you. There was a rich man who swore the sea with, so now Herman does not have a door. Herman cannot help but worry, because your decision will bring about a very disastrous mistake. There is no other way. Herman had to use a trick. Dirty coward gives a letter to Roman. I told her to read where there was no one. Roman thinks this is a love letter, so I made a face, teased Herman. Herman whispered until Roman finished reading. Destroy it, or it is too much. That sounds dangerous. So as soon as Herman left, Roman read the letter. When you finish reading, you feel very scared. For all your secrets, this Herman knows all too well. At the same time, Herman went out and found his comrade in the future. Next up is this blue-haired boy, a boy named Pram Sneezier. According to Herman, in the future, Pram is the sword at the second fastest pace in the Academy, but he is only in beta class. And Herman believes that, Pram, you can be even stronger. You are well trained. Herman was sitting when Roman came up to him, and you must have a lot of questions, but I have not had time to speak yet. Roman was attracted by his cute little appearance. Pram, even she is sick, to the point of wanting Bram's children home, like a pet. The bottom, Bram's getting ready for your rehearsal, and Bram had in his hand a sword bigger than able to match the red-haired noble. His name is Percival. He is an alpha student. He is a fire magician. That in overwhelming part till Bram sighed, your goods are big, but you have 2 minutes more. Nothing has come down and done its best. Above the resist, Herman does not know what kind of guy he is. Bram, let the sword be bigger than it is. Fight. The enemy has the opportunity to continuously attack Bram. You have a chance to fight back. It's your best hand to fight back. But it did not. That makes Bram was knocked off his sword and became a loser. They won, but Percival felt a tear gas because I was hit by Bram. He went ahead and punched Bram in the face. Herman sees that. Why do not you leave it alone? Quickly run down the block. I did not forget to love you. You are a cowardly bastard to the rest of the world. To feel offended, the noble who touched Clan tried to swing his sword. Give Herman a shot. For shrimp, Herman only uses his hands without a sword, and a loving eye for the enemy is enough. When Percival felt that everything was not well, should fall first in helplessness. Right after the con, Bram kindly bandaged the wound for Herman, and he felt very guilty about it. It made Herman an enemy of the class. Alpha. Herman is the same. You do not really care. Bram started to introduce himself to Herman and Roman. He did not forget to thank Herman for his help. Bram promised to repay this favor, and though, what does Herman need from you? Let us just say, after Bram leaves, Roman, I thought I was going to say something to Herman when there were only 2 of them left. Herman said, Roman, I know you already know Roman's background. It is not from noble, and the noble name to fight with life is only due to parent. You spent a lot of money to buy Court Teachers Academy. AI also knows where Roman comes from and sends her down to class Beta. Herman. He also repeated his advice not to join the team. Donate, because in his heart only sees ordinary people. Mouse drain, dirty. That is why Herman wanted Roman back on his team. First, Roman, let us make this elephant team, but your attitude has changed. After being told that Bram and Herman will team up, even Roman saw it. Herman is a weirdo. It is weird to know so much about you and your job. The entrance exam is over, so you decided to join. She also did not say she would reveal herself Herman's secret in the past. Bram given to the sword by her mother. It is a symbol of the love I have for you. As long as it is glowing, the sword on the handprint immediately from and made you very confused. The nightmare made Pram scream and jump up. That morning, all 3 Herman, Roman and Pram arrived at Professor Bridget's room. Purpose of Herman, Roman and Pram are here to form a team. The professor was delighted to hear that. She prepared cake and tea to invite these practitioners. When asked about the purpose of the party, Herman, say you really want to win in the ranking war. It quickly advanced to alpha class, no matter how hard it is. When Bram was wondering about the ranking war, Professor said the competition, this will decide students' ranking form. The competition will be fight between the alpha classes and beta, but those wars are just a parking room. The official round will be held in the shadow world, and 9 people. The best will receive the title of single ranker. With this title, students in the class beta will be promoted to alpha class, but in tournament history, there is no beta level AI can ascend to alpha. The result is exactly that. Roman, the performance of the 2 classes is already so different. This competition will be very difficult. Even Herman knows that, but you are still confident your team will win the war, because you alone can fix the whole tournament. Professor Bridget, I also believe that if Herman's party wins, the rotten reality of this academy will change, and the conditions forming team, simply that everyone agrees to join Chump. Herman, so she asked Roman and Bram, do you really want to join Herman? And then Herman led 2 of our team members through the facility. Alpha class practice. The conditions for alpha class to practice, of course, it is always full. To the class practice room. Beta is like a pigsty. The floor here is infested with termites. There is also a permanent rat house here. With my weak soul, when you see a mouse, you are scared. Roman is not interested in the first boy. She jumped in and clung to Herman. Whether for Rome, say you do not want to practice in this pigsty. Herman also suffered because this is the only place Professor can prepare. Whether we like it or not, we all have to clean up to get a place to practice. After a while, Bram opened his eyes and woke up. I saw this place from the die. It became a human cave. Herman's tidying up, and Roman, after a fight with the rats, she wanted to go to the bathroom and wash away the smell. This rat shit, Herman said, if you miss it, practice. Don't go to the bathroom and practice. On the Roman side, you were very confused at the time. I asked if you really wanted to join me. Herman is not. Herman knew how to get Roman to join him, so you poked Roman in the back. But join always. As for Bram, you would love to go with Herman. You agree now and then, and now that we are all together, both must listen to Captain Herman. This makes Roman very bitter. First lesson, Herman taught Roman to improve the accuracy of magic, and she was so confident. Lots of circles, and looked at the spot that Herman had indicated, even though Roman shot it. But Herman wants you to shoot exactly in the center. After listening, Roman must run dry, because you think someone can do that. Herman knew that Roman, he will be a great magician in the future. Roman's every move is exactly on target, but Herman wants you to be able to become even stronger, so Herman went fuck Roman, that you should just sweep the house. After listening to it, Roman was a little bitter, but nothing can be done. You can only listen to Herman and practice. The next exercise for Roman is to use Ghost. Force the ball into the circle in front of you. This exercise will help Roman improve the accuracy of wind power. With Herman's guidance, Roman used the breeze to lift the ball, even though the ball just rises and falls in place. Herman, I am very pleased that Roman got bottom line, and you are glad it is your first time. Herman, H-E-N. In addition to practicing Ghost, for Roman, Herman also wanted to help Bram training his sword, but stay in place this. Herman did not know where to start because Bram was very good at swordsmanship. According to Herman's memory, Bram was a swordsman. You have swept across all fronts. Carries a sword called rapier. There is one thing, Herman. Question is why? Bram chose the biggest sword to win. With my alpha class yesterday, Bram you have to use a small sword. Best to be easier to use. When asked, Bram hesitated to answer. But when Herman, this is what is important to the team. Bram took Herman to his room to reveal the reason. Then Bram picked up the rapier sword and said that this is the sword that your father left behind. According to Bram, you said you never met your father because your father was a noble, your mother is a commoner, and this sword is the driving force. Makes you want to be a swordsman, and in the hope that someday when you are stronger, you will meet your father. However, your mother always can prevent Bram from meeting my father because of it. They were not on the same level as the father. Bram's mother also has a nanny, and until the end of her life, he never said show Bram either. Know about your father? Herman understands why Bram's mother did it, because if Bram goes to your father, then his noble reputation will be profaned, and you won't be sitting here anymore. Bram reveals why he went to the academy. This herblin is to investigate your father's reputation, as well as carrying this sword for inspection. But the results show this sword is a genuine counter, so no nobles want to use it. Because I hate my father, I swear I will not use this sword and throw it away in anger. So the next morning, Bram went back to training with the sword, and Roman become more and more efficient in the practice. Put the ball in the circle. I am practicing, Herman. He walked up to Roman and asked about the last time. Give it to Roman. This makes Herman doubt about the origin of the rapier sword that Bram is holding. The thing is, Bram sold that sword yesterday. They both went down the street to find the sword that Bram had sold. This market is very familiar to Herman, because before you break through, you are the intestines of place, and the place where Bram sold the sword in a small alley. Even though Herman desperately wanted the sword back, Bram insists you do not need it anymore. After reading the rules of the store, they both went in and met a big, smelly uncle. Just walked in the door and this guy closed. And Herman, I think there must be something wrong with this store. Not to mention the shopper here does not look good either. Not say much. Herman went straight to the temple. You want to buy back the rapier that Bram sold. Boss, you do not say it is sold. There will be no refund. But Herman wanted to buy it back, no matter how much it cost. When the boss heard the smell of money, he held out his sword. Said this blind sword is not worth anything. After the owner showed the sword, Herman noticed the flowers on it, like the noble flower of the gift that Donetta I gave it to Roman the day before. The owner also admitted that such a dish would normally be enjoyed by the nobility. Give it to someone you love. Unfortunately, you don't know how to withdraw. The sword comes out of the shell. He feels it. Herman really wants to buy back the sword. So I screamed up to 40 pieces of silver. While the money that he bought from Bram, there is only 3 silver. Bram is very angry to hear that. But this is business. Bought and sold. So even if he is smart, he has to accept it. Herman does not want to mess with bad guys. Pay 40 silver directly. Transaction completed. But the shopkeeper was still sarcastic, saying that, Herman, you will not be able to draw this sword. However, with the ability of magic penetrate, you were able to read the hidden lines engraved on the blade of the sword. He then handed the sword to Chopram. And I did not forget to show you how to get the sword, pressing down on the small notch in the middle of the handle. Bram has successfully withdrawn to rapier out. Blade is a beautiful glossy metal. Herman said it is a metal compound, light as feathers and stronger than steel, and it is perfectly suited to general little people like Bram, cheating guy. I feel that this sword is not ordinary, so refused to leave it alone. Sent his men to stop him at the door. Don't let Herman and Bram out. He also asked. Herman leaves his sword and will release. And of course you are. The angry shop told his subordinate. You use force to hurt. Pressure on Herman, but Herman's job is to make a small slit, hack the enemy, and let Bram. Herman did not forget to mention it. Bram swore he would never use the sword again. It makes you feel so ashamed. However, Herman is still looking forward to Bram's performance when holding on rapier hand. Bram's small, nimble person has easily avoid the enemy's move. Bram can be strong now. Can be used to speed up the attack. That surprised Herman. Tall man laughed at it. Rushed to attack Bram. But Bram can get behind him and slash him in the back. Does not stop there. Bram continues to use his super fast speed. Overwhelm the villain. He can only stand still. That is fast. Bram's slashes are not complete. Give it your all and just leave it. Small sand on the big guy. Herman realized the disadvantage. So only by targeting the opponent's weaknesses can you win. Bram charged again, and this time he aimed at the weak spot. But this time he got a big name. I caught a card and got in the stomach. Herman decided not to help, but just standing outside reminding Bram, trust your father. Bram had read the letters on the sword. And you are surprised by Herman? You can also understand these lines, but it does not matter now. The important thing is now, Bram must bring victory in this battle. You see Bram again. Finish. And this time he caught the card back Tokan name. To avoid the author from him and behind him. This guy also guessed Bram's so he swung around and tried to cut Ra in two. As soon as Bram full force laid in half Tokan name Ra, and then you take him down with the hilt of your sword. Battle is over. Both of you are going out. The shop owner claimed that In addition to his staff, there will be no I can open the wings. Bram put out ear what he said and slashed. The door was split in two that afternoon. To reward Bram for trying so hard in the war, Herman bought barbecue skewers. Bram is so excited because Herman could have treated you so well since the day your mother died. Bram seems to have lost his way, but since seeing Herman, Bram's been happy. You do not forget the silence. Thank you, parents. I hope they will follow your journey. Roman was practicing Herman's lifting at the time. After 7 failures, then finally, she also managed to get the ball into the right position. Everything would have been perfect. Herman had been there and seen it. Roman can do this. She moved on to the correct size, romantic 5 circle, magic shot for a while, and it is all aimed exactly at center. It is a shame to be alone. You celebrate this success. You are starting to get bored and decide through the area of the alpha layer. Find Donetta. Then, Roman was invited by Donetta to a luxury restaurant right in the academy. Seems Donetta. I think this is a date between him and Roman. And Roman, I do not think much. Eat all the food on the table. After eating and drinking, Roman suddenly returned to Donetta. The one he gave you the day before makes Donetta both confusing and annoying. Roman said, let him know you have joined the team. I am in beta class. Not only that, Captain Herman, he also helped practice a lot. Towards Donetta, he always despises the root and treat people as trash. But Roman was originally a commoner. After hearing that reason, Donetta changed her attitude. Stay calm and assume Roman is lying. However, Roman still does not deny the origin and confirm that I am telling the truth. At this point, Donetta lost and swore, I will never invite you to his party again. Roman revealed more about your team's intention. The competition will be promoted to Alpha and Donetta. After hearing that plan, he threatened break the nest. Roman's mouth before leaving. Roman did not to thank Donetta for today's meal. Mike Donetta, more bitter. Turns out in the past, Donetta's father was executed by commoner. More painful when Donetta's own eyes. I saw the whole thing. That is why he has so much hatred for civilians. The next morning, Herman's party gathered in the world of Art of Shadows and prepare for the battle promotion. They easily beat teams in the first round. This is create one long winning streak and strong promotion thanks to this preliminary round that everyone on the team to work together in a more efficient way. Soon they were promoted 30th place in the competition. From here, Herman, they think they are really fighting in a more serious way. In Professor Bridget's room, you have also heard about Herman's invincible pull. From now on, also hoped Herman would be more careful because there will be those who do not do tricks to be able to win. At the same time, the teacher in Alpha class, I am angry because of a class I can get promoted so fast. This teacher will not accept any ordinary child who walks through the door of the Alpha class. Ordered his students to, we have to stop Herman's team. I can't let you win the singles title. Vancer is known by the teacher. Ares once fought Herman in the entry contest and have a chance to win, so he did not hesitate to. Ares was made commander for the battle. With Herman's team, he ordered Ares to win the war. The self-act of a noble and a swordsman. Top 7 defeats last time made show. Ares wants revenge on Herman, and this is your chance to do that. Right after leaving class, Ares meets the redhead Percivan and young Donetta. Donetta thinks he was cheated by Roman, even though you did not do anything, and he wants to settle this with Roman. Percivan also wants to find Bram to get back at you for the fight. Astra's no excess of personal emotions. This will affect the ability of the team to eat, but the Astra's leader, it allows both of you to act as you please in the upcoming battle because Ares himself wanted to wash away his grudge against Herman. At the same time, Herman's team, he also trained very hard. Prepare for the next round. That afternoon, Herman, take 2 of your students to the school's library. Herman pulled out a stack of history books and asked, Bram and Roman must memorize them. Roman, they do not understand why they have to learn a lot. What is this history for? Herman explained that the promotion round would be held in the world of photography and there is going to be a lot of historical reenactments. They can stop the events of history. Then you can get through the promotion. Roman and Bram, they think they are going to have to learn a lot in this life, but there is only one. Herman is a traitor. You do not know that in the shadow world what event will happen and just picked out a few books that were necessary. While Herman was concentrating on reading, Bram and Roman can't read a word. Roman remembered the last time Bram was taken out by Herman alone. So Roman was curious who of you were alone that time. Bram. He looked embarrassed and didn't want to reveal anything, but Roman wants you to talk. While Roman wrestles with Bram, that accidentally made the book fly over Herman's head. Make Herman feel these two I don't take studying serious. At that time, from a distance, Ares entered the library and went to Herman's group. Ares standing next to Herman. Keep your eyes on Herman. It makes the atmosphere tense. Stand for a while and finally, Ares also opened his mouth and greeted Herman. Herman knew for sure that I have joined the strongest party in Blue Moon Academy. You also know that Ares came here to make a challenge to me. Ares was a little surprised that Herman understood her so well. Astrid also apologized, Herman, because I despised you before. And also, do not forget the challenge will break you in a promotion round. Herman's happy to hear that, because my first fight with Astrid, you fought hard to ignite fire of determination in you that will indirectly help us stronger and more tragic and that will not repeat. 2 days later, battle promotion is about to take place and the venue is an arena with 4 pre-prepared transfer ports. This must be an important fight. There is a whole group of journalists coming to interview the council. Herman understood the stress your team faces. This round will bring the strongest students of the academy. However, Roman and Bram look very confident. Maybe they trust their friends, leaders like Herman. And then BA walked out into the arena with cheer, roaring like a storm from the stand. There is only Alpha Squadrons here. Herman's team, it will start with Asgard's Blue Moon team, a member of Blue Moon. He looked at Herman with contempt. He thinks civilians are as weak as Herman. They don't deserve to be in this tournament. But like Donata and Persevan, then this is her opportunity, so they can take revenge. Herman thinks if he wants to win the title of single ranker, you and your team will be defeated. All the contestants are here, or one way is the Shadow World. The gate into open the Shadow World, and the contestants are starting. Only Herman's team remains. Before you walk in, do not forget to ask 2 teammates. Keep it up, because they will finish the game. Herman entered the gate and was moved to the forest above play to announce that the starting position of it is all random, looking for a team. Herman was suddenly attacked, but you avoided it. The one who snatched it, he is a member of Blue Moon. This blue-haired girl uses French tape, constantly attacking towards Herman. Herman immediately break the ice with his firepower. The girl felt Herman was a magician. It is not trivial, so you did magic at the same time, and magic tape to attack Herman again. Herman was pushed back a little bit. The mouth still breathes out piercing sound. Your opponent said that the magic of Alpha, just color it. SAO blue-haired girl creates magic tornado around. Herman grabbed him and attacked from the inside. This girl thinks she has got it. 3 in the hand, and not forgetting show Herman chance to say the last word. In the end, that is what tornadoes are. Herman, I know there is magic in the storm. Can't be defeated. You and Herman made it clear. Let this ice girl know. And it seems that word hit the girl's black heart, so she is pretty spicy. In the blink of an eye, Herman solved the problem. All by your invincible inversion. This noble girl thinks that Herman's math problem, just for the kid. Ordinary people inferior. Herman, the enemy always despises others. So Herman decided to teach this girl know how to use French ice and teach her a lesson in humility. Herman performs the video to attack the girl. It makes you permanent ice 9 and immediately eliminated from the game. Right now, organizers are making an announcement. There are only 29 students left in the Shadow World. In a different context, a member from the class, Alpha's been teleported down to 8-inch meadow, where he decided to rest here because of laziness. The wind is blowing. Then the wind, where the poison flew to punch the young man in the face. Get him out of the fight. The wind immediately came from Roman's magic. Turned out on the way. Roman and Bram, we found each other, and both you can clean up your opponents while looking for Captain Herman. My own Roman, you have the ability to feel it. Rival around me should be people. They easily defeated the enemy. This ability worked when she found the Alpha's rival. It is pretty close. Roman had the opportunity to launch a magic attack. 2 of them found you, because Roman's probing magic has a downside. It is the user who is going to be exposed. Alpha class superiors. As always, when you see a civilian, they will lower the enemy first, then do whatever you want. Roman fired back when he heard it. That the Alpha class is a bunch of power illusion, and Bram does not talk. Immediately rushed to slash the enemy, who was stopped by the man with the both sides. It seems to have been launched and officially launched Ram War. They use their intelligence to attack towards the username Great Sword. By his team, use counterattack water magic. You have to find a way to escape. Then Bram moved on to the plan, disturbing the enemy by running so fast around, form a barrier, closing 2 Alpha class names. In the confusion, the man with the Great Sword decided to strike sword to the ground, creating a hazy mass to help his teammate cast magic. But that is not to be confused with Roman. She plays the wind magic, shoot properly, enemy position. Roman did not forget to remind them they were idiots. When you use magic, your location is revealed. Now the war is only left with a sword. Roman now just works. Finish off and make swordsman log out of the contest. This is victory. It was not that hard, but the 2 of them were very happy. Roman throughout the war knew Herman. Stay behind and watch them fight. Herman is very proud of 2 friends for making progress. Continued to praise the effort both. Only Roman. It is cult when the magic is over. Her bounce was Herman, partially decomposed. Herman also came to rub Roman's head to encourage you. That is because it makes you even more upset. Though, Herman knows the promotion is still going on, and now's not the time to be subjective. In other development, the weak contestants had to leave the competition fast and not much. For a moment, the arena, there are only 18 contestants left in this Shadow World. Herman's only goal, it is about getting the team to Alpha to do that. They have finished the world. If you think about it again and again, Herman, I feel that how to complete world is there is only one way to get into the top 9. The strongest people are more likely for them. However, to get into the top 9 and win the title. Single ranker, it will also be very time when they have face opponents. But Bram, with lost spirit. You are sure the whole team will do it. I was sitting at the planning table when it started to rain, so we had to go to the big tree to shelter from the rain. Roma looked at the 2 teammates and thought you would never had any hope. Alas, or if you used to believe Donata's word, then the consequences will come. When I saw Roman worried, Herman, he rubbed his head again and said it was now. Roman and Bram was much stronger. This time Roman, I also felt kindness of the captain and recognized Herman as a very kind man. fan though. Hard outside. But Roman is having fun because I am a member of this team. This moment the clock rings. It surprised all the contestants. According to Herman, this is a clock event in history book and books about it. Herman's been reviewing for 2 teammates. Prius clock tower is a high-class magic device. Every time it sends energy up into the sky, then the shadow world will give birth to a lot of evil. And now, the organizers will send out a notification to the contestants. The survival mission officially begins. People will have to find a way to survive. The sweep of evil spawned by the clock tower, this time on the teacher board. I also think beta layer will never can withstand the onslaught of evil, and sooner or later they are out. Professor Bridget was very worried about Herman's party. I do not know if it can make through. Back to the Herman. Then they have smelled something really bad. From the underground, a giant mouse comes up, so that Bram and Roman flew to embrace Herman out of fear. The mouse over here is not just one. Started screaming. Give orders to the rat. Thousands of them in the back. Charging. I feel like the situation does not seem right. All 3 had to run ahead. Herman knew that these rats are evil. Go. And they feed mainly on human blood. They will not be defeated by Roman's normal magic or Bram's swordsmanship. Running their lives forward. There is a big tree stopping it. Roman thought he could not jump. Can't jump over it. Will be your food. So she tried to jump over and fell on her face. The leader of the flock rushed towards Roman. Tried to eat her, and Roman fought back. Just like Herman said, evil mind. This ghost can resist your magic, so it is not funny. What the fuck? Herman ordered everyone to retreat temporarily. Bram's headed for the rat. Surprised Herman. In other development, team of Astrid, they were also attacked by rats. Make a member disqualified. Other teams are also in trouble in dealing with these nasty rats. There are teams weaker, they can't do anything else. In addition to fighting, completely eliminated. Back to Herman's team. Then, Pram is looking for the rodent to destroy it, because you believe it was pretty badly injured. After being attached Roman magic, outside Herman anxiously scouring the rat. Thought Pram would be lost, and of course can't use magic, because it can Pram. After a while, try from within. Pram has skewed the top mouse to make the other mice go away. Loss of notification system. The rats have been destroyed. Pram is exhausted because of this. Herman felt very sorry for himself for letting your team out on this, because I am so confident in Roman and Pram's progress. So Herman was somewhat subjective. Herman punched himself in the face and reminded himself about your true purpose. When you are here, you have to try not to lose your team anymore in the future. Pram woke up. Herman reminded everyone to move now, because you have realized the purpose of this shadow world. Pink Tower Priya. The rain is getting heavier and heavier, and the team of We arrived at Clock Tower. They also knew that if they got on top of the tower, then the shadow world will be defeated. But right now, above the tower came a magical rain. The wind attacked Ares' team, makes us all confused. Ares must cast ice magic, fend off the unlucky. They were all eliminated from the competition. Ares is even more worried now about the dangers of Herman's team. Herman's team ascended the tower in front of Asgard's team, waiting for Asgard to arrive. The remaining 3 of the Asgard. Without hesitation, he rushed towards the tower gate, but in the face of Roman's brute force attack, Donetta and Percivan can only retreat defensively and helpless. Even Ares is in trouble, because Roman's magic comes from different sides. Herman saw that, changed his strategy to attack the other party instead of focusing on Ares. The purpose of this is to make teams move towards the clock tower. Roman is suspicious of Herman's plan, so Herman told Roman to trust. Roman takes advantage of the upper high, destroy the opponent, and Herman did the go. Then we will roll up the clock tower and wait. Ares to Atrek, and my teammates got inside, and also saw other squadrons fighting here. On this side, black-haired purple guy said, Asterix used ambush to sneak up on the other team, so I can get up here. Despite being wronged as Asterix, I can't say it is all Herman's team, because no one would trust a civilian's team. It can be so strong. Astrid immediately realized that this was Herman's trick. So you do not want to explain, you have to go ahead and fight a fight with this purple-haired guy. Black-haired purple guy boot, hellfire magic, encircled Astrid. Like that much? This is nothing compared to the #1 swordsman like you. Astrid immediately move out behind the formation of the purple-haired black guy and finish off 2 of his members. This purple-haired guy knows he can't win. He joined with another team to defeat them. However, all the other teams are just making Astrid a little more time to clean up. However, there was no announcement about having more AI eliminated. I want to borrow Ares. He defeated Herman's enemy 7 times. From above Herman and his 2 teammates, I heard the footsteps of Ares. It is coming. Finally, Ares Donata. Percivan was up against Herman Roman and Bram. It comes out when you bounce. Ares only uses magic ice to control the enemy, because Ares would never let Herman and your commoner party gets in. The top 9 strongest people. Ares thinks Herman does not deserve the title. Single ranker, because you use dirty trick. If you want to win, you have to prove your worth. As soon as finished, Ares used ice magic to take Herman, and she goes up the floor of the clock tower to double hand, and downstairs there is a fight between the other 4. Percivan is back, Bram, and he looks excited, and Donata is happy. He said it was time for him to take revenge on Roman. Before, Herman was lying motionless, and Ares knows you are not going to be taken down so easily. Ares just got close to Herman and used gravity magic. Fragments attack Ares, and of course, Ares can solve it easily. With my French eyes not yet satisfied, Ares realized that this room was was already covered. Herman's paradox. At the same time Pram and Percivan are fighting, then Percivan. Suddenly Lao came to Pram's forehead. Oh, it makes you falter. And of course that is not permeable enough. Pram, you are constantly gliding and bouncing back. Percivan glee. So Bram keeps taking advantage of the speed difference. Dodge the whole sword path. Percivan. Make him realize Bram is no longer as weak. Bram turns to stone into Percivan belly. It makes him even more helpless. He does not know how to do it. Bram can get stronger in short time. Bram, not wanting to answer but sticking out his tongue. Percivan spicy owl extremely. It is different from Bram. Roman is having a lot of trouble with Donetta because Roman hacking Donetta. So now you have run out of mana. Donetta had a chance to end Roman. Fortunately, the ice of Ares top is broken and falls to the Donetta. Makes him lose his sight. Take this opportunity. Roman constantly attacks Donetta from all sides, making it difficult for him. You see the unfavorable way. Donetta used a necklace on her neck. Blow away the fog. His vision returned, and he used sword straight to Roman. Put the situation in your favor, being a long-range magician. So it is hard for Roman to duel close-range fighter. Donetta knows that he can't win. Donetta gets so Roman moves to negotiate. She noticed the necklace on Donetta's neck, just like what he gave you before. Donetta said that a commoner like Roman, you will never get a gift like this from him. But Roman, affirmation, whether noble or commoner, they are all human beings together. There is no difference. After listening, Donetta was even more angry at Roman's words. It reminded him of the painful past. He spoke loud and clear. Let Roman understand that nobles are always superior. It is different from ordinary people. That he used the ring, create a circle of fire around Roman. Roman was able to stop it. Can't stop it. The next trick was thrown against the wall. Bram witnessed Roman. He was injured and gave up his fight to go to Roman. On the enemy's side, Donetta's spicy owls who Percivan required level. Step aside so he can handle both at the same time. Roman needs time to recover his man. So she asked Bram to buy more time for her. Bram agreed and rushed to exchange moves. Donetta. Donetta does not fight with Bram. It is using magic from Antique, the suppression chain. Bram into a rock and finish Roman first. However, Bram managed to escape in time and cut a hole, flying the antique necklace on Donetta's neck. The sword had also made Donetta a wound on the face. Even if Donetta is 7 like that, he was determined not to let Percivan go to war. Realized Donetta's only target to be myself. So, Roman wants to single-handedly fight Donetta to choke. Bram can take Percivan first, but Bram refused, because you wanna, all 3 of them have to get the title. Single runner. Herman was an inspiration to both of them, so Herman certainly does not want to leave any AI behind. Roman heard that and she regained her spirit. Fight shoulder to shoulder, working with Bram, the same time above the tower. The duel between Ares and Herman is going on. Because this time, there was no finish line to win like last time. Herman was forced to defeat Ares. If you want to win the title of single ranker, Ares performs the first attack on Herman, but it is completely broken by your math paradox. Astrid felt that approaching Herman was possible, so she used bandages to attack from a distance. Astrid continuous million huge chunks of ice to overwhelm Herman. About Herman, then you are calm, and with just a few snaps, was able to neutralize all of Astrid's ice magic. Herman can even project hell to overwhelm Astrid. After a fight, the majority of the advantage is Herman main. Astrid also felt the power difference between you and Herman. Of course, Ares can't accept that. She could not understand at SAO all of Herman's stats. They are far below you, but he is able to apply that much Astra. Meanwhile, Herman just feel comfortable as if nothing happened. Herman continued to use another magic to attack fireballs flying towards the Astras, but you just rushed in and dodged it all. Astrix was so good when she could reach out Herman by moving in the air. The sword of Ash is approaching Herman. You can stop it. Then you used magic. Strengthen yourself. Fight hand-to-hand with Ares. This surprised Ares. Power of a top magic swordsman like Ares. It is impossible to ignore. She swung her sword so hard, Herman splashed out the back. Ares repeatedly rushed to attack Herman. You were constantly swinging your sword. It is overwhelming. Make Herman set. Yet all the they could not hit Herman, even if one shot. Herman is just as comfortable. He asked that when she fought like that. Are you happy? Because in Herman's mind, in the future, Ares always has that sad face, but if you are fighting a worthy opponent, Astrid will no longer be bored. Astrid also admitted that she was desperate. Herman also hopes you can unleash all your might. Ares, interested in the enemy for the first time. I really want to take it serious. Ares began to throw down the sword and cast magic. It is called the Winter Palace. Soon the whole tower was frozen. This place seems to be Asgard's own territory. She is constantly tossing skills from every annoying, and Herman can only hide above the wall. He also summoned dozens of magic circles, and it is all about Herman. The destruction of this palace seemed impossible. Herman, but you completely carve out the magic circle of ash and make them disappear. Herman thinks that at age, the ash, I was able to cast a magic bow. This electricity is really terrible. Though, every time the magical of the ash deployed, it is all solved by Herman. Herman is confident that Ares it is impossible to reach Herman. Ares also recognized it is useless fighting like this, so she decided to reclaim the magic bow, winter power, and just focus power on his sword. Let us go go back to the fight of the four below. Donetta is currently struggling to swing his sword. Can't hit Bram forever. Bram takes advantage of his mobile body rush to kick in Donetta's stomach. Make him fly against the wall. Donetta feels it has come. It is time to get rid of the ego and ask Percivan's help. Donetta did not forget to tell Percivan that he wants to destroy the insect as soon as possible. Percivan agreed and attacked. He soared his sword straight towards Bram. However, Bram was able to bat and make the sword of Percivan fly away, take advantage. Bram and Roman did not notice. Donetta is attacking from behind Roman, and Percivan grabbed the sword and attacked it head-on. Bram from the front. Create a siege. In a dangerous situation, Roman recalls Herman. I do not want to give you 7. Roman said, Bram, your head down. And she immediately cast her magic. The wind blew away the two nobles. Meanwhile, Ares, he is pouring all his magic into the sword and turn it into a magic sword. This is the ultimate skill of a swordsman. According to Herman, it is known. This technique takes 18 minutes to master. What is more important is, Herman knows the Astrid. It takes a lot of practice and practice. This trick, the sword in his hand. The Ares easily controlled Herman's flying stone. More than even magic, Herman's powerful hellfire also suffered from Astrid. Completely cured with the melee abilities of a swordsman. Then play with Herman's math. Can't work on the Astrid, so he did not hesitate. Fight. A slash of Astrid's. He broke Herman's sword in two, and she slammed Herman's neck with a sword. Astrid's. Remember that you have the victory in your hand. However, Herman, eye your hands when you have done math problems to the entire clock tower. This makes the magic of the clock tower completely cut. From there is no evil, no ghost can be born again. Herman made a wise choice. Through the completion of the contest, instead of dueling with Astrid, system from the organizing committee immediately notified contest is over, and the one who completed the mission was Herman. While Professor Bridget was delighted, then fat alpha guy is spitey. He threw the staff angrily to the floor and said that we are not going to right at the teacher council meeting. And then this fat guy denounced Professor Bridget used tricks to help Herman win, because there has not been a commoner who can overwhelm a swordsman and easily end the con like that. But it is clear that the teachers were watching contestants through the camera directly, and of course no one saw any behavior. There is no cheating here. The other teachers advised him in front principal it is less sorry for other. Not long after, the principal will inform about 9 win the title single ranker and confirm Fat Man's word. There is no value at all. After the war, Herman went to Ares because I want to talk to you. Herman admitted that he originally intended the Alpha class against each other to eliminate multiple opponents. However, the plan was overseen by Ares, so Herman had to turn to how to finish the world. It was at Clock Tower. You have tried to analyze the magical structure, but not enough time. You have to enlist. During the battle with Astrid, the analysis is done. Astrid, who also accepted you were a loser. In both exams, for Herman affirms the power of Astrid, and you are not that different. At that time, Astrid's sword is faster than Herman. Maybe you could not finish the shadow world. Right now, Brahman Roman, where it comes from, says that if Herman loses, we will both fight for you. They also protected Herman. They thought Ares is bullying him. Herman reunited with 2 friends after the war. You are very proud, and you are rubbing your head. Ares is sad. Go away. Soon, you will be scolded by the teacher. Dare to lose to Herman. And Astrid had a request for Herman. You want to come soon? You will be trained with your team. Of course, Roman was the first protester, but Herman was more open. You did not forget to tell Astrid that you go to the gym at 6 a.m. We're at school every day. These are Herman's small words, but made show. Astrid smiles for the first time, and that also surprised Herman. 8 things come here. It is time for Herman's team. I had to go to Professor Bridget's room because she is waiting. As soon as he arrived, Roman was eager to know the result. Exam. Before you do, let people know the result. Professor Bridget was magic turns out a big cake. Cake is very familiar. It is made by a shop very famous in the city. Point the professor congratulated and announced all 3 have won the title. Single dancer and successfully promoted to Alphas, both Bram and Roman. Everyone was very happy to get. Professor Bridget was very happy. 3 children in front of the professor are having fun enjoying youth. Makes you remember the past. As a child, Herman was a very hard-working child, taught by the professor himself. All your kind gestures while teaching. Herman looks no different than a mother. Now I see Herman as an adult. You are very satisfied. On the occasion of this week, 3 people decided to go out on the street, even though the next day they are going to Alphas, but they do not look worried all day. Then allow Bram and Roman are comfortable playing today, because maybe after Alphas they won't have much free time. The first place BA people go is a store, fashion, and of course the only female member of the group is the most exciting. After trying on a lot of clothes for Herman, you did not react at all. Roman is very upset, and for Bram, Herman complimented you on your outfit. Makes Roman even more bitter. Both the connoisseur. This dance also wants to help Herman find the right type after shopping. Boring. 3 of them went to the mall. It happened to be Ares. They are also here. Herman was surprised by this. Ares does not like to go to places like. Herman realized that Ares had changed a lot. It is not as cold as it used to be. There was a chance. So Herman asked, Ares goes with your team for fun. In the head, Ares thinks this is also a chance to avenge Herman. So you agreed with me. At that time, Bram and Oman Herman are playing stuffed animals at the counter. I just folded a big stuffed animal. They both caught it. Herman's with Aries. Unlike before, this time, Aris was very friendly with Herman's team, and Bram saw that and was very happy to invite Ash. Go out, Chung. Herman. I saw that the group now had 4 people. I asked everyone to divide it by 2. 2 out to play hot. Herman's paired up Roman, while Bram pairs with Ash because the opponent was the strongest pair of swordsmen in the academy. Herman reminded Roman to be careful about Bram. You are so serious that you show. As if to swallow Roman and Herman, Bram starts dribbling along the zigzag line in a skillful way. Makes it difficult for Herman to catch the ball. Roman plays big. You use wind magic, make the ball fly straight into the opponent's goal. I have always seen Roman use magic. Herman, I stopped you because it was an act. Cheating on the outside. Astrid is not bored. Roman, you also use magic. Fight Roman directly. Astrid uses ice art, create wall. Turn the ball to Roman's goal. Seeing people having fun together like this makes Herman was happy too, because sooner or later everyone's going to be on a team and stand together as a warrior. Strongest team in humanity. Herman was thinking about it. Roman, remind you to focus. Roman threw the ball straight towards the goal. Aries once again used ice bending. This time Herman also used magic to solve Aries. Magic. Through this outing, Aries thanked me, Herman, for making her feel more comfortable. From now on, we will all help each other, learning as well as training in Alpha. The next morning, I went to Alpha class. The Majestic and Distlowers here have overwhelmed Bram and Roman. This is the result. It is worth the effort we all tried to get. Before coming to class, Herman, remind people, come to the gym to warm up. Today was quite special. Aries came to work with the whole group. First duel was between Bram and Astrid. For the swordsmanship of the Astras, excellent capital. So Herman wanted to sharpen the precision of the Astras. Herman used the exercise that Roman had pre-done for Cho. Aries is a genius. But Aries, I can't do well in this exercise. So Herman asked Roman to guide Aries through his first training session with Herman. Aries, I think you are someone with very sharp eyes. When Herman could see through everyone's weaknesses, give the most suitable exercise. The training session was over, and everyone asked Aries to come back. Come here after school. In this training session, Herman again. Roman had to practice many times. You had to lie down on the floor, because Herman thinks people need to be strong as quickly as possible, because it is going to be a real fight. You just need a mistake. If it is too small, anyone will die. But with Herman's direction, Bram and Roman, they are all very confident going into the next war. First lesson of BA people in Alpha class. It is about the war between humanity and the shadow world. In the words of the teacher, this disaster will happen once a year. But so far, people have always conquered the shadow world. Every time you conquer the world of photography, then humanity will bring back the magic stone. It contains enormous amounts of magical power. Then they will apply the technologist. The magic stone works in a place called the ghost house. The main goal is to make things modern magic, serving the life of humanity today. And to make sure that the student wrote the paper, the professor asked his students that the AI was the one who created the magic stone technique. I see Roman is. She fell asleep in front of him, and the professor called her up. Answer the question. And thanks to Herman's prompt, Roman was able to answer. Creator of that technique is Zod, the owner of the tower. After class, the whole group, Herman went Professor Wei Zhao. He also recognized the girls in front of him. These are all single runner-up top of the promotion exam. And today, Herman wants to ask Professor something very important. After coming to the room, then we know this beautiful professor named Prelude. She is a history teacher at Herblion Academy. In this room, Herman gets straight to the point and gives the professor, Prelude, mandate form of duty to protect the Ghost Tower brand. According to Herman, the Academy has the right to delegate work team. So Herman wanted to ask Professor Prelude, assign this task to your team. When the professor heard it, he flatly refused. Herman had nothing to do with this mission. Herman knows better. Tower is preserving the stone. It is called Goddess of Tears. And he also revealed to the professor, in about 10 hours, someone will come and steal it. King you by name. The thief. The main stone is a dangerous criminal organization called the Teacher's Outer React Unexpected for how to, that someone who just got promoted to class. Alpha knows so many important things today. And Herman then plead again. Teacher can leave this job to you and your team, because if you are late, he was afraid the stone would be stolen. Even that night, owner of the Zod Tower, we have received word. Tower is under attack. And you are wondering too. Herman is an AI that can predict so accurate. Also that night, Herman disguised himself as a citizen to investigate the situation around Ghost Tower. While running, you accidentally, VA must be the leader of the outer gang. This mustachioed leader is called Kraken. Herman came back and apologized to him in a poor way. First, Kraken was a little politely pick Herman up, but he changed his mind when he knew Herman is a commoner, about to starve. He then threw all of Herman's bread on the ground, and then I stomped right in front of you. The Kraken's subordinates want to get rid of Herman. Kraken does not care about Herman's life. So the two robbers went to the tower. Carry out the mission. They do not know. Herman set the trap for Kraken leader. Assemble hundreds for the pink tower. Take treasure inside. They all think that just a mass attack tower will succeed. However, the magic protection of this tower very strong. So the bandits could not break through. Kraken, when he saw that, he ordered his subordinates to use more sword to add more damage and believe that in form damage will be destroyed. In this way, they succeeded, pierced through the tower's defense defenses. All Kraken's men enter the ghost tower and face the guardians of this place. Guardians of the Ra Ray cast magic, attacking on the outer side. They seem to be immune to magic. No one was hurt. Guardians have to move on. Use your sword. Fight these bandits. The guard's performance here is better than the Kraken's. I think he was a little surprised. Kraken skipped the war. Some of his followers to the place where the goddess tears have. Guards inside the treasure move out to support. Kraken does not want to waste its energy, so he used magic to sneak in deep inside. The tower can go for a while. Kraken with his followers. She also came to the place where the goddess's tears. The stone is hidden inside a sealed box and protected by the magic shield. That is Kraken. He ordered his followers to use magic, attack from all sides into the shield layer. Feel that your magic is too bad. So Kraken did it. He approached and performed high-level magic. After just a few notes, he easily destroyed the shield, and the box contains the goddess here. Right now, Bram appeared from behind, told the outer to surrender. Kraken heard that and calmly took the stone. Ask why. Bram knows the name outer. Bram refused to give a reason, so Kraken ordered his men to take his life. Subordinate who used fire magic to attack Bram, but you easily dodged it. Now you recognize your servant. Kraken is surrounded by 4 wizards and 2 swords. According to Bram, as far as I know, these guys are equal, with Roman power is far behind. So Bram did not hesitate down every single one of them. 1. Kraken now feels that his useless subordinates are just getting in the way, so he went on to fight Bram. He used Leo's rope to tie Bram up in the air. After controlling Bram, he uses magic to create a giant fist. Punch him straight in the stomach. Kraken knows Bram's cool, so I despised you. He then summons a magic chain to drive Bram in the cave that he has prepared. That is Kraken. Order your subordinates to attack Bram simultaneously. However, Roman wind magic to appear and stop all the outer magic. Roman continues to use feet magic. Few more Kraken retainer. Roman also attacked the Kraken. Kraken feels the power of Roman. He could not break through his protective layer. The amount of magic and the speed of the attack is impressive. Kraken knows he has met the magic master now. He ordered his followers to protect him, and he got the stone out of here at all costs. Bram saw through Kraken's intent, so he rushed to destroy the subordinate, working him. Even though there is only one last subordinate left, he is still using his life to stop Bram. Take advantage of that time. Kraken has deployed Earth System magic to attack Bram from below even. He also sacrificed a servant who is dedicated to protecting him just to beat Bram. Kraken is a villain, so Bram determined to eliminate. He wants to bring peace to everyone. However, Kraken's Earth magic is very annoying. Make it impossible for Bram to access the Kraken easily. Moreover, he can use stones to form a shield, make Bram impenetrable, and Bram. He had to use super speed to continuously attack Kraken, but it did not work out. Roman in the distance also focused his attack on the Kraken, but accidentally revealed the location where she was hiding, and the Kraken counterattacked exactly where Roman was. Kraken now asks Bram and Roman, why did they know about his plan? If you both do not answer, he will end them here. Roman not only did not reveal it, he pissed off Kraken. It makes him bleed to attack you, but Bram managed to stop all of Kraken's flying stones. Roman takes advantage of the long range, form multiple attacks on the Kraken. He is using a magic shield. Combination of stone shields blocks it all. Where did he think he could stop? Flying rock hit him in the face. This time, Kraken has really raged against Roman, creating a veil of dust out of sight. Bram took advantage of the opportunity. Kraken is out of sight, assassinate him, but his sword was captured by him. Bram tried very hard. Take out the sword before it burned. By the Kraken's high magic, Kraken stands in a place where the greatest magic is unleashed. Destroyed the whole room. Fortunately, both Roman and Bram managed to escape in time, though not hurt. Now you both admit, Kraken, too strong and completely lost. Meanwhile, Kraken successfully escaped through the tunnel of the ghost tower, and he is very pleased. I thought I had the goddess's tears. However, after walking for a while, Kraken was stopped by Herman. He asked the Kraken to return the bread, and now he is trampled. Herman reveals that he is now marked Kraken by magic. Kraken remembers Ra when we met outside. He shook hands with Herman and was tracked by you. Kraken still can't trust itself. Being grabbed from head to toe by a kid like Herman, could not accept and was angry. Cast a spell to see off Herman away, but all the rocks this leader used to attack Herman, they are all destroyed by you using math. Herman reminded the Kraken at the same time, turn the tears of the goddess. When the Kraken is not easy to give back, the stone is in your hand. So he kept using magic to attack Herman. To open the way out, all the Kraken's high-level move. No one can touch Herman, even if it is just a hair. Kraken, now, very inhibited by Herman's annoying inversity, so he had to do his best. He summoned for a while. Many magics are, they are attacking towards Herman, but after all, Herman's paradox, it also solves everything. Here comes Kraken. There's no way to beat Herman, so he held his tears. She threatened to destroy this stone. However, Herman was comfortable with that, and invited Kraken destroy the stone. Herman rushed straight to the Kraken and used gravity magic to control him. Kraken was surprised. I have been thinking about doing SAO in a short time. You can cast such high-level magic. Herman has no obligation. Let him know and collect his tears. Goddess, while grappling with Herman's gravity prison, the mask of the Kraken glow and blow away the magic. Herman's gravity. He immediately changed his body. It looks like an evil ghost. From here, the speed and power of Kraken has been significantly increased. He started punching Herman in the face. It makes you unable to react. Did not stop there. He moved closer to Herman and give you a kick. It makes you fall inside the wall. Herman had forbidden the flame from his feet, but he just pulled it out and recovered quickly. He then repeatedly attacked Herman with his hand. Makes you struggle to avoid. Now Herman realized, keep getting cornered by the Kraken. Soon, you will eventually get exhausted while dodging the blow. Herman tried to use Firebend right up to the Kraken's stomach, but completely useless. The Kraken suddenly summoned a kick fist from behind. Make you fly away again. In a new body, Kraken is not just good at melee combat. He can also form magic. He used both forms of force to corner Herman. That leaves you no room to escape. The situation is now completely tilted toward Kraken. Herman decided not to give up. You use the paradox of the Kraken's earth magic solution and keep fighting. Kraken noticed Herman and a pretty good opponent, so he decided to use the last trick to finish you off. He made a sphere and lifted himself up. Draws everything around it. Herman sensed the danger of this move, so you are also trying to use math to solve, but it did not work. After a period of skill development, Kraken has created a giant hammer and use it frantically to rush to Herman. On Herman's side, you had to do your best. Make a lot of magic shield. Fend off the Kraken's devastating attack. I think after that, Herman... It must have been finished. He was very pleased. However, he was laughing so loudly that his hammer, it melts into a pile of sand. He does not know that the time since he made the hammer, Herman has completed the ghost analysis, France's hammer, and destroy it. You even apply, analyzing the magic on his armor. Successfully reverse math. Make Kraken scream in pain. End this battle. Herman used the goddess Tear, creating a pure magic ball. With this technique, you blew out the Kraken's armor completely and bring him back to his original form. Kraken wanted to know about Herman's identity, but you do not know how to say it yourself. You just know that you have a great mission. It is protecting the people you love the most. Battle with the outer gang is officially over. To the next day, Herman was Professor Prelude. Go to the owner of the tower. In front of Herman was John. The shaman is said to be the most powerful in the world. He is also Herman's trusted partner in the future. John felt Herman was an interesting student, so I invited you along. We drink tea, play chess. Herman, he told me that someone once taught him how to play chess. He was always forcing Herman to play chess, even though he did not want to, and you have had good memories together. John was interested in Herman's story. I want to try with you. Herman's first move. Make John see that you are not playing well. Excessive chance of subjective competition. So Herman asked, John, let us bet something on this game. You said that if someone loses, it must be done at the request of the winner. John thought that a student like Herman, then you won't be able to fill any of his demands. Herman sat thinking. He decided to borrow from John an unworked magic stone. You hold the stone in your hand, take advantage of its magic, and create a fire. It is burning inside. This surprised John very much, and so John agreed to play chess on the condition that if you win, Herman, I have to tell my secret. Herman immediately accepted and promised that he would fight hard. Ares had to go to the party that night. There was the fat professor. Ares lost the job, Hermes, so he had to take bad rumors towards Ares. You have lost your job. Hermes is undeniable. Do you hear that, fat man? He threatened to get Ares out of the party. Blue Moon asterisk. Feel Blue Moon. Not the right place for you. Herman's party is where she belonged. Not thinking about anything else. She definitely unraveled Toad. Blue Moon raw and throw it straight to the ground. Then she walked in front of the fat man's aston. After the war with the outer horde, Herman's group, it also works normally. Herman did not get races F. Bram and Roman in that battle. However, the two of them, you feel yourself too weak, could not win the Kraken. So from now on, you both have to work harder. Bram always wondered when. At SAO, Herman also wanted Bram and Roman become stronger. Herman revealed that in 13 days, the Shadow World will actually appear, and it is a very different place from the world the Shadow this academy has created. So Herman wants us both to be stronger, to be able to meet the real challenge. Front, even though Herman was just talking, but because of my absolute trust in the cap. So both Bram and Roman believed Herman's word. Roman stood up and really asked, Herman is an AI that predict anything. Herman was going to tell me you are from the future. When Roman, she had promised for that she would do it herself, uncovering Herman's secret. So, no matter how much Herman revealed, Roman will also cover up. The ears do not hear. Herman said the upcoming training days will be, you will practice for Roman every day. Bram, you finally get to see your father. From here, Bram will train with your father. Herman was also quickly convinced. Ares leaving the Blue Moon. The next day, Ares went to see Herman alone. When you walk in, you stumble upon a piece of paper and fell into Herman. She hoped that after joining Herman's party, I will get more help from you. 13 days later, the Shadow World appeared. Herbie Raw Academy announces to summon all students. This time, everyone on Herman's team was put on new wing. Astrid also arrived, and get ready. For Herman, now is officially the time for you to do it. Our mission is to return to the past. It is about saving your teammates and fight to save the world. Part 1 of this anime is over. See you guys in the back.